it's Christine Lease here on this wonderful Wednesday, and it is the How-To Wednesday, and today is all about meat, moist meat. I think that's one of the struggles that I know I had was getting meat to just taste so yummy and tender and not overcooked and dried out, especially chicken and chicken breasts, right? And I always used to just marinate them, but they would still have this dryness to it. And pork as well is another one that I'm so picky and finicky about. Pork, and it just tastes dry to me. So one of my dear friends, Aaron Joseph, introduced me to, actually quite a while ago, introduced me to brining, right? So brining your meat is just an amazing way to be able to moisten the meat. You would think, I guess when I heard of brining, I was like, I thought it was just this thing, this entity, this hard thing. And I just didn't want to try it, to be really honest with you. I thought, that's weird. Why would you just mix these two things and then just let it soak? Is it not going to have flavor? Because my mind was always on the marinating to add flavor, where this is brining actually brings out the flavor of the meat, to be really honest. That's what I'm finding. So I thought I wanted to share with you guys this is my way that I brine my meat, and I've actually tried a couple new recipes and techniques with this to add different kind of a cross between marinating and brining, okay? But I'm gonna go basic right now. And what's so great about brining your meat is it truly is easy. It is water, salt, and sugar. Easy peasy. And what that does actually is it breaks down the meat tissue and just keeps it super tender no matter your cooking, okay? So I'm gonna just start the very first thing. I just got my bowls here. I hope you guys can see okay. I got my bowls. I'm gonna do 2 quarts. Now I'm using 2 quarts because I'm prepping my dinner for tonight. I'm brining for chicken for tonight. But if you don't have a lot of meat, you can certainly just do half of this, which would be a quart. But I'm doing 2 quarts, okay? So a quart of water, and then I'm gonna get 1 more quart because I only have my quart jar really quick. If you want, you could just use filtered water. I'm just using it out of the tap, which I know is probably not the best choice. That's what I'm doing. Okay, and then you just take salt. I'm going to do a little plug here on salt. You guys can see I absolutely do not use iodine salt anymore. I use pure sea salt. It tastes so much better, and it's not as processed either. There's also pink Himalayan salt. There's lots of different salts out there, but I definitely highly recommend, again, this is one of my Costco finds, you guys. I highly recommend going this route, sea salt. All right. You know, there was a time when we needed iodine in our salt, back when they first put it in, because we were seeing such issues with that, but we don't need that anymore. So I'm doing a cup of salt, all right? I'm going to dump that in. This is how insanely easy it is, okay? And then I'm going to do a cup of sugar, and that's it. You're just going to kind of, I'm having... And what's interesting is even though you use the sugar, it's not sweet. I think it just breaks down the tissue, because at first I thought, oh gosh, it's just going to have a lot of sweetness to it, and it doesn't. It actually just works on that meat and tenderizing and breaking down the tissue of your animal, whatever it is you're using. It just keeps so much more moisture in it. Now, how long do you brine for? Now, I know this is one of those things that I can go either way. If you only have a couple hours, you can. I've always done it for at least 4 hours, but you can do it in 2. No more than 24 hours, though. You only want to do it between like a 2 to 24 hour time frame. I recently just did some pork on a newer recipe that I'm going to be having available, and we did it. It was a good 10 hours, and it was delicious. So yummy. So yummy. All right, so you just kind of dissolve this, guys, all right? Also, you can use sugar, or you can also use brown sugar. I just did a brining with brown sugar. Well, the cool part of brining is, too, if there's flavors that you want to bring out, let's say you're going to do a turkey or something like that, you can brine your turkey and you can add whole peppercorns to it. You can add parts of orange. You can put rosemary in there and just let it kind of be a marinade too. But you can add all sorts of different seasonings and flavors to it. If you want it to have a Southwest feel to it, you can certainly put those Southwest flavors in there and chili powder and all that good stuff. Okay, so once this is pretty much dissolved, it does take just a few minutes to get it kind of dissolved. You can, by the way, if you want it to be more of a quicker process, you can cook it on the stovetop and let it boil and kind of do its thing. I'm kind of lazy. I want to do it as quick as possible, so I'm just using warmish water. Okay, now I personally am doing my chicken. This is chicken I got. I cut up a whole chicken, but I also added some extra legs to it because my kids love legs, and I like to have leftovers for my kids as well. Because with 3 kids, they eat a lot, and so lots of times there won't even be leftovers, to be honest, because they love this brining technique. I'm telling you. So whole chicken cut up into pieces, or if you do thighs or whatever your meat choice is, that works. You're just going to pour it in, okay, like this. Now, if you don't have a bowl, all good. Just use a plastic bag. All good. Know that you want to double bag it because it will leak. Water just doesn't get held, I don't feel, as well in those plastic bags. And then you just let it sit and do its thing. You guys can see. Oh, I know it's kind of hard to see. See? And let it just sit in its juices, and let it just sit there, all right? Now, you just put it in the fridge. Obviously, you don't want to leave it out on the counter because that would not be good, on salmonella. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that in the fridge, and then, what is it, 11:30 Iowa time? And it'll be perfectly lovely for tonight when I go to throw it on the grill. You can grill, you can bake, you can even put it in a crock pot if you really want to. I actually just did a new pork recipe, and I'll attach that, actually, guys, this recipe as well as a pork recipe that I just did with a pork shoulder. We brined it overnight, and then I put it in a crock pot to cook it to make pulled pork sandwiches, and it was the bomb, the bomb, the bomb, the bomb. It was so flavorful and delicious. You barely even needed any homemade barbecue. I mean, it was so flavorful, so good. With a rub. So I'm going to put that recipe on here for you guys for free for coming and joining and being part of my Facebook Live and the Real Food community. It's so exciting and thrilling. This will also, you guys, be on my newest recipe on my website. I'll put the link for that. It's just allaboutmykitchen.com, and you can see on the top I'll have a recipe tab, and you can head over there for easy access to this brining recipe. Give it a shot, guys. I gotta tell you, it really did intimidate me, but I hope that I've inspired you guys to give it a try, and you will absolutely love this, especially for the white meat. Because y'all know how the white meat can be dried out, especially the chicken, the breast of the chicken. Now, you guys notice that I did I'm going to just do one more little quick at you. Always do bone in when you can and skin on. The flavor that you're going to get from the bone and the skin is so incredibly yummy, especially when you're just grilling and baking it. Obviously, if you're doing a stir fry or things like that, you're not going to want to use the skin and the bones. But when you're just cooking it and baking it, you want that bone. You want that skin. That's where a lot of the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrients are in the bone of the animal, and as well as in the skin of the animal. That's where a lot of the vitamin B's are that we're looking for. So don't be afraid of the chicken skin, okay? Love the skin. Just don't bread it and deep fry it. How about that? Just grill it, bake it, that kind of thing. Skin isn't bad. The fat in the skin is actually not bad. It's very flavorful and nutrient dense for you, okay? So that's just my little preach moment on chicken. Use the whole bird. That's why God gave us the whole bird, was to use the whole bird, all right? So I hope you guys got something from this. Go out, find some meat that you want to brine. I've yet to do any beef, but I don't know why you couldn't brine beef. I don't know why you need to, because beef does tend to be a little bit more tender than the white meats are. So I hope this inspired you. Be sure and click on the links and you can go to my website, or you can, I'm going to put the recipe for the pulled pork sandwiches. I'm going to make sure and put a link for that as well. So you guys, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing finishing off your summer. I know a lot of us are looking back to going to school soon. August is almost already here. But I hope you guys are doing great. And again, if you have any ideas that you want to see, how-tos from my kitchen, I would love to share it. I'm always open to ideas and ways that I can best serve you, wonderful people in my Real Food community. All right, you guys have a great day.